So we say the best guest for last, man. Like this young man right here. Let me tell you. I told Keys, I even told my mom on Mother's Day.
Really?
That I am like so super proud of you. I told my mom, I said, Mom, I said, imagine someone that can not only perform a dope set, DJ a dope set, and then manage his own business affairs. I said, imagine. And she was like, wow, he's able to do all of that. And I said, when you think big and huge, I said, think like the biggest artist. And I said, one of your favorite artists is Usher. I said, imagine him DJing a set for Usher and then DJing a set for someone that's a really dope dance and pop artist. Like he has that type of appeal. And when I got a chance to meet you during the Manifest, and then we transitioned over to Manifresh, man, it lined up, man. I mean, I can't begin to tell you. Of course, we did the interview there, and we broadcast that, on the other station and everything. But man, like when you said you wanted to be in the studio, we're big on celebrating our graduates, and this is fitting. Graduated from my alma mater, so now we're both alumnus.
Yeah.
And that's Columbia College, Chicago, man. So I know y'all sitting here like, man, you doing a long damn intro. What is his name? He's been our guest co-host all show, man. And we're super excited about sharing this space with him, man. He's a dance, electro-pop artist and DJ, man. His name is Arwillis Bryant, man. He's in the building, man. Clap it up, man, for the great job you did, man. And guest co-hosted with us, man.
I was trying so hard to not freak out or be nervous. I was like, how can I? No.
But you did a great job, man. You did a great job, and it's not easy to just, step in and interact with artists, for the first time. So, man, kudos out to you, man, for joining in our conversation, man. But right now, man, it's all about you, man. So before we get into you musically, wanted to get into definitely the whole Columbia College experience, man, Chicago, and like what lured you to Columbia and everything, and so some memorable moments, some things you gonna miss.
Oh man, what got me into Columbia was because I actually went to this Christian university called Concordia, and my main thing was that my mom always told me that go to school for what you don't know, not what you know. And so, I kind of already knew the whole music thing, and I can, but the one thing I didn't know was the music business. I really felt like I want to know how to take care of myself. And so I went to Concordia, went to this like entrepreneurship major, but it was teaching me how to be a manager at like McDonald's, or like being a manager at Dairy Queen, or like just Caterpillar. And I was like, no, I really want to learn like how do you apply this to music? And a friend of mine, he said, there's this place called Columbia. He showed me videos, pictures. He even took me on a tour over there, and he was like, we're going to miss you, but you got to go for what you want to do. And the next year, I packed my bags from Concordia and went straight to Columbia, and the rest is history. I had a blast.
So some different things that you accomplished while you were there at Columbia. Talk about, too, I don't want to give it away, but I want to see if you talk about this is, of course, Columbia prepares you technically hands-on training. They prepare you how to work in a certain environment, but there's also something that they prepare you for. And I'm going to see if you talk about this in your answer.
The things that they talk about or they teach us is, a lot about like how to be able to like maneuver like, your contracts, your how to be able to book shows, how to manage artists. That was a big thing. My concentration was artist management, which was very important to me. So like how to be able to account money. Actually I took and it was like a 9-hour class every single day for like I believe a week, where you pretty much had to run it was like a simulation of like a record label, and so how to be able to take care of a record label, and it. I would say like there's a lot of things that was taught to me, but yeah.
Okay, that's interesting though. I like that you got a chance to graduate college too though. Cause I went to college, but I didn't get a chance to graduate though. So like I definitely commend you on that because even getting a chance to go to college, that's amazing. You feel me? A lot of people don't even get a chance to do that. So for you to graduate, I know that made your people happy, and I know that made you happy as well. But one thing I've been sitting here thinking about this whole time is like, what made you use like your real name, like as far as like your entertainment name? You feel me? Like what you go by as. You feel me? Because like me, I don't like my stage name. I go by my stage name. I don't go by my real name.
Yeah.
So it kind of made me look like, oh man, he kind of bold because now you really putting yourself out there. So like, what made you want to do that instead of like coming over the stage name?
Yeah, so before it was Arwillis Bryant, because I was actually doing dubstep in like in the electronic area, and so it was Hizoko at the time, which is a play on my middle name Hezekiah, and my friend was making fun of me. He said like, "Oh, Hizoko," and yeah, and so but after that time being Hizoko, I felt like there was a lot of pride, there was a lot of like looking for vanity when it came to music. But I was like, I kind of don't want to do this kind of thing anymore where like because I was just making dubstep just to get the vanity, but I started to really love things like one of my biggest artists is name is Porter Robinson, and that's his real name, and like he just like make these like music from the heart. And I was like, since I'm transitioning from this music where I'm just doing it just for like whatever, I really want to like make music where after I make it, I'm not saying like, oh, I don't like like a week later I'm like, I don't even like it, like I just but so that's when I transitioned the name from Hizoko to Arwillis Bryant, because the music became something where I would listen to, and I would be so proud and just listen to it and go to sleep, on it, like I'm in the shower just singing, like, because that's been my ultimate goal, was to make music that I loved, and I just really prayed that, other people will like it too.
So I know like once you start going into like the genre of music like dubstep, you feel me, like dance, electro-pop, like stuff like that, like it's more upbeat, like a certain type of vibe and like dancing and stuff like that. So like, do you dance also, or that like you just make the music?
Oh no! Oh my goodness! If I try dancing on stage, bruh, people gonna call an EMT. Like I'm telling you, like I might call an ambulance or something. I can't dance. I can't do it. I try. You know what? That's gonna be a goal for me this summer. Try and learn how to dance. Do a 2-step something. Just
come on, man. I ain't trying to like be like one of those guys, but you a brother, man. You got soul in you. You got rhythm, man. Tell him it's in your blood. It's in your genes. You a old head. Tell him about it. You know something about that. Hey, for the people who don't know, who wasn't tuned in earlier, Brian just turned 43, so we want to say a very happy birthday to him. For the people who weren't tuned in earlier, you feel me? But yeah, that's my old head, man. My old head, my radio old head, man. You turned 43. But yeah, man. So, like, with you doing so many things though and being great at so many things though, like what really made you feel like, okay, not necessarily you have to, but you want to be good at so many things though, as far as like musically?
When I found out that like music, or not just even music, just like all these artistries, that this is something that, because before that I completely felt like I would quit anything, like anything that I wanted to do, I would do it for like a week, you know what I mean, or 2 weeks, and then I'll be like, or whatever. But as soon as, my mom bought me FL Studio, and I started playing around with it, and, and then I got the little MPK by my grandfather, for real, I mean, this is a dead serious story. Summertime, I locked myself in my room and never came out unless I had to eat or use the bathroom. And I forcefully taught myself music theory, FL Studio, like the full, like how to be able to operate everything on FL Studio, and just like the music genres, and like, because, and this was the first time any of this ever like happened to me, and I was like, this is something that I want to do. And not only that, I want to start doing things like DJing. So immediately, we got a DJ controller, started trying to, get myself to learn that. And it's all because of, God giving me the passion to do this stuff.
So outside of FL, what other programs do you use? Because I know FL, that's more like on the making beat side, if I'm not mistaken. You feel me? So like, do you like engineer too though?
Oh yeah, I've learned FL Studio, Ableton, Studio One, pretty much like, and I love doing it myself. Like I taught myself sound design as well, forced myself to learn sound design. So from engineering to producing to everything, I make everything.
What about like Pro Tools? You ever tried to use Pro Tools?
We had a class in college, bro, with Pro Tools, and I was like, this dinosaur of a. Now let me stop because I don't know if they, sponsor me. But I just, I like when it comes to Pro Tools, I liked it, but at the same time, I was like, nah, this ain't for me.
Like what made you say that though? Like what you didn't like about it though?
I think it's mainly the fact that it kind of like when it comes to like FL, when it comes to Ableton. It feels like it's also like you can do like sound design and like do more of things like messing with MIDI and like playing on the chords and stuff like that and playing but with Pro Tools it's very much like at the end of like you done making the beat you come in to like to record your vocals type of software. It's
Okay.
very, yeah.
Oh, so you can actually make beats on
Yeah.
Pro Tools.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you definitely can. It's just that it's very. I feel like it's very like too much to try and set up because I had to my final project I had to make a whole like sound design thing with it, but as soon as that thing was over, I was like I'm going right back to Ableton, back to FL and stuff like that.
So say for instance you wanted to make a beat, you would go on FL and like Ableton and stuff like that. But like if you wanted to record necessarily, what would you record on? You would just keep recording on FL and stuff.
Honestly, it's one of those things where like it depends on how I feel. Cause like if I'm making electronic music, I might go to Ableton, but if I'm making something like hip hop, I would definitely go to FL because I feel like FL is very actually now Studio One because Studio One and is that they have like like a beat sequencer. They have things like I feel like that's more prominent to be able to like the tools that are prominent to make that kind of genre. Whereas Ableton, I feel like that's more of like where I can make my different sounds and stuff like that. So I kind of just jump from each one.
My bad, Brian. I know I'm a radio personality, but
No?
I'm a CEO of a record label too though. So it's like when I was sitting there talking to him, it's like it intrigued me. And then I'm an artist too though. I'm an artist first, then a CEO, then I'm a radio personality. You feel me? So it's like all three of them kind of clicked on at the same time. That's why I'm kind of picking his brain.
Nah, man, you know what? No need to apologize. I'll tell you why. Because remember, the same questions that you have, there's somebody out there that's listening that's a young aspiring artist or may have been in the game that they can learn something. And that was an example of what we call class in session, man. So kudos out to y'all for that dope conversation right there, man.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Y'all definitely teaching somebody, man, shaving some years off of some frustration.
He taught me something. I didn't know you. Well, I knew you can make beats, but my producers that I rock with, they tell me about like FL Studios and stuff like that. They don't tell me like they could necessarily make beats on Pro Tools. So to hear him say that, I'm like, oh, okay, you know something that I don't know.
I think my biggest number one like just advice for anybody that wants to get into it, like there's because it kind of like the console war, like like PlayStations, and like Xbox, people are gonna talk. Find something where when you are on it, it doesn't. It all it does is just makes you like just want to make more and make more and make more. Like it inspires you. If you feel like Pro Tools is just something that sparks your creativity, go use that. Like they have free trials. Like you can go out there and get a free trial and play with it. Because I think that a lot of people they try and look for like, what's my biggest artist is using. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, don't. That's his mind. That's his way that he works. How do you work?
That's what's up.
I like that you said that. I want to expand on that a little bit because a lot of people don't understand that like everybody process as far as making music is different. That's why I was asking you the questions that I asked you because see, I record on Pro Tools, you feel me? So to hear you say that you record on FL is like is foreign to me because I never heard nobody say they record on FL or like Ableton and stuff like that. Cause like for another example, like my homie Duke, he record on BandLab, and like the stuff he record on BandLab, it sound like he recorded in a real studio. It's like so that just I like that you said that because everybody process is different, and that's amazing though. And that also goes in to show that it's no blueprint on how to make music. And that's why I love music so much. That's why I always tell Brian, like, that's what makes this show like so genuine and it makes it so good because we get to talk about something that no one can necessarily control.
Yeah.
That's not no one can tell you how to make music. It's no perfect way to make music. And it's so many different genres of music. Like no one can tell you how to make hip hop music. It's no set way to make hip hop music. It's no set way to make pop music. Reggae, like gospel, is no set way on how to do those. So like that's what makes it so unique and so great. Cause it's like for example, they got Christian rappers out here. Like I don't know a lot off the top of my head, but like it's Christian rappers out here. Like they talking about Christianity and like God and gospel and stuff, but they rapping though.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's a lot of people that's like, you feel me? That's rapping, that's low key singing at the same time. Like, you feel me? People like Lil Durk and stuff like that. So it's like it's no real set way on how to make music. Like that's I ain't gonna lie, we could be sitting there talking about that all day.
Yeah.
Definitely could.
So man, like I want to one name that comes to Par Keys, man. When it comes to a dope Christian rapper, is Lecrae. Lecrae, which I'm sure you've heard some of Lecrae's music. Probably just didn't know that it was Lecrae.
You know, it's so crazy. I swear to God, I hear a lot of people music, but just don't know that it's their music.
That's what's up, man. So my brother, man, Arwillis Bryant is in the building right now, man. 2023 Columbia College graduate, man. So talk to me, man, about, man, like different things as far as your major that you accomplished while you were there that you're like, man, I'm going to go for this. And, you know what I'm saying, like how it helped you overall before you got to that graduation process.
Yeah. Like, you know, a big thing was just that, the first off my like marketing class, shout out to my teacher in my marketing class, because he was a huge like, you know, help when it comes to like understanding how to be able to do the things that I did. Because like if it weren't for that marketing class, I don't think I would have been able to like, you know, do stuff like Manifest or Manifest. Also, same thing with my artist management class. When you learn how to manage an artist, you know, the biggest thing that they teach you is like, you know, like first off understanding that you gotta like the person's music. But also at the same time, you have to, you got to be able to like, you know how to book them by the end of the year. So like we were graded on like if you booked them or not. And with my artist Motive, shout out Motive, he, you know, we were able to get him like his own like show and get everything going for him. And that I looked at everything I learned in that class to apply it to my stuff. You know, and so I started to, whenever I did a assignment for the class, like making a one sheet or making, you know, like something where like if I want to get promoted, I would have, you know, the biography ready, the everything ready. I would go and put it to my stuff, you know.
That's what's good, man. So you talked about it, man. You were on both areas of the big celebration. I call it for the graduates yearly, man, at Columbia College Chicago, man. So talk to me about, man, like how, man, you got involved with, you know, the main stage with Manifest, and then you worked your way over to Manifresh.
So I was a part of the practicum of Manifresh, and actually this is what kind of started what we're gonna talk about later. But like I was in this class called like I forgot what, but it was like practicum, and so I didn't have enough money to go to South by Southwest. That's another class that cost like $2,000-$3,000, and I was like, no, my wallet is too empty for that. So as an alternative, they put me in that class, and pretty much it was to build that Manifresh, the Manifresh stage, and build the entire thing. And the number one thing that they taught us was like, you gotta learn hip hop, you gotta know the history of hip hop and all that. Me, just like first off, I just want to let everybody know that like a year ago, I was not a hip hop person. I did not like hip hop. You know, I just I had a bit of like not a vendetta, but like I just like it's not my thing. I don't really like it, and like I was kind of like man, like whatever. And so, but this class taught me the history. It taught me, you know, the forerunners and stuff. And so, um, pretty much, long story short, I went to this class. It, you know, and they said like, hey, anybody in the class that want to perform, and you know, I said, hey, I want to be able to help. You know, I want to be able to perform and stuff like that. So they got me on there and on Manifest. I applied. I showed my stuff and said like, hey, I do this, this, and that, and I was able to get on.
That's what's up, man. I want to go back to you not necessarily being a fan of hip hop. Was it mainly because of maybe some of the stuff that was pushed mainstream that sort of maybe turns you off? And then when you learn that, of course, there's a whole nother element of artists that are not on mainstream that makes the type of hip hop that you like. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I grew up like with like Tupac and like, you know, A Tribe Called Quest, like and stuff like that. And so I think around like 2013, 2014, a lot of the artists, you know, this was when mumble rap was coming in, and I was just like, I'm done. Like, but I'm gonna give mumble rap a props because they were the reason why I got into electronic. You know, I was like, I'm done with hip hop. I'm gonna go to electronic. That's how I found Porter Robinson and Matty on and them. You know, and yeah.
So what I want to do is give people an example, man, of your dopeness, man. Seaside Park, man. Talk to us about this single that we're getting ready to get into right now.
Oh yeah, this is dedicated to my sister. You know, she graduated last year, and her and me went through a lot, and I'm just so like, man, this song was pretty much as like a dedication of her and being like, you know, like how much I love her, and how the fact that like, you know, like I'm excited to see what she does, and like, you know, she just had a kid, so yeah.
That's what's up. Well, let's jump into it right now, man. It's our 2023 graduate, man, from Columbia College, Chicago, man. Arwillis Bryant in the building.
As a little child, we play our games. The dreams that we chase, soon the next will claim. Keep the spirits up, and you'll never fade. The next will know your name. Though times have changed, our sanctions grow. He'll play the song and will bring us home. The days turn dark, the moon flows through. The seaside park will reside in you.
Time, no turning back. All the laughs we had, let's take our places, make some changes. We'll keep our way as we take our path. So choose a way, take the lead. Can we bring our melodies? Use the harsh notes in between, staying faithful to the king. We'll reside in the sea, lose our old self to someone else. It'll be okay.
Though times have changed, our sanctions grow. He'll play our song and will bring us home. The days turn dark, the moon flows through. The seaside park will reside in you.
So I told you I was going to give y'all an example of some really dopeness from my 2023 Columbia College Chicago graduate, man. Gained another brother, man. You know, my family, man, is so strong, man. Like, these brothers I'm gaining, man, every week, man. But, man, like, I'm so super proud of him, man. Like, you know, to sit and listen the way he articulates everybody, the music theory, and just to just be dope in so many levels, man. You think about it, man, like, you know, there's some people that sometimes they looking for a DJ to do their different set. And, you know, the fact that you can do that, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's sometimes they looking for somebody to mix and master and do all that stuff. Oh, I ain't got to worry about me being stifled from that. I can do that. I mean, I like that approach that you have and everything. And so, man, when we played Seaside Park, man, you know what that took me back to?
What?
That took me back to when I got the wristband for Manifest and Manifest. And the first stop we stopped was the main stage and you was DJing, going crazy, man, and everything. And, man, like, I mean, had everybody good vibes rolling. That's what that song right there took me back to. You was on the stage, man, doing your thing.
Man, yeah, bro. I really feel like I like to think of it as like when I'm on stage, it doesn't matter if there's only like, you know, like three, 4 people or a million. Always give it your 100%, you know. And so when I was there, I was like, I want to have a great time and I want to just like show people like just beautiful music that they probably never heard before.
That's what's up, man. So that's one of your dope accomplishments. But, man, I was looking here, man, at your bio, man. And, man, you have performed at some high-profile venues, man. You've been a part of the House of Blues, Las Vegas, the Lifeline Music Festival. You've gained 3,000 plus. Most recently, man, you know, when it came to your music and everything, man. Talk to me about, man, what those accomplishments mean to you and other accomplishments that you want to share, you know, in your young career.
Like what they mean to me is just how powerful God is, you know, like that, like that's a big center, you know, for my artistry is just to know that, like, you know, the Lord is just with me and the fact that like He's giving me these gifts, He's blessed me with these opportunities. And so, like, the more that I go and I progress in these, the more that I know, like, you know, like I'm going where the Lord wants me to go, you know.
That's what's up, man. Projects that you got out right now, man, that we can check out, or previous music that we should be checking for.
So my future music, actually, so to go back to the hip hop thing, that class, it really got me into to hip hop, and now that I know the history of it, and so because of that, I wanted to check it out. So in the future, I'm going to be adding a new project called Boy Named Makai.
That's what's up, and what can we expect from that?
That's going to be a hip hop rap music project that that's going to really just, like, you know, show my appreciation for hip hop and like being able to really delve into this new area, because I'm very new to this area, but you know, I'm doing deep research on the history, but also the different type of genres, and you know, that's just how I feel about music overall.
So what I want to do is, since you're talking about it, you laced us with this song, man, and everything, and it's called The Test.
Yep.
And so talk to me about The Test. The Test, like, really gets into what you were just talking about and everything off this new project that's on the way.
Yes, The Test. This is basically like me, like kind of like school, where I'm trying to show my like, you know, my skills, and I'm trying to show, like, I'm basically asking, like, you know, I'm like, how do you guys see me in this field? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this song's supposed to be my test and seeing if I aced it or not, if I'm able to hang with the rest of the, you know, hip hop artists, stuff like that.
That's what's up, man. Well, let's jump into it right now. It's my brother, man, Arwillis Bryant, man, with The Test, man, right here on Fusion Radio.
Neosporin, keep the pain from growing. I'm a nuisance, you're just boring. Have a mom and pops, but I move like an orphan. I but keep it coming till we go into the morning. Tested my foundation so we ready for the once upon a time there was a young boy named Makai. Was a jester in the kingdom, but a lot was on his mind. King will bless him with a gift of art and music was the prize. Tricksters try to tell him different, keep him stuck up in his lies. Never listen, state the course, paid attention, I'll admit it. Always listening to this, cause I moved in his direction. Took his unreleased and ran, called up KB and confessed. Took the cheat sheet for the answers, he said study for the test. A, my name not fitting in B, my style too kiddish, you see the branding hitting the D, men's gon' get skittish. I keep a motive hidden when I hit every verse. If I move with Lecrae, a few gon' really hurt. Neosporin, keep the pen from growing, I'm a nuisance, you're just born. Got a mom and pops, but I move like an orphan. I been keep it coming till we head into the morning. Testing my foundation so I'm ready for the storm. Keep the pen from growing, I'm a nuisance, you're just born. Got a mom and pops, but I move like an orphan. I been keep it coming till we go into the morning. Keeping my foundation so I'm ready for the storm. Show me the test score, I know it's a perfect score. This is just extra credit, my will is so independent. Socrates with an art degree, living stress free, bringing gold in this DSP economy. Low the surface, getting deeper, rap, colonoscopy. Pharmacies recommend my medicine. Rookie in the scene, but a songwriter veteran. I keep the king on me just in case your kid's meddling. Mask off, let me see my future go and blast off. Told the label I'ma bring a medal home, silver, bronze, or gold. Switching audio, cause I'm just a different jack. Trade a different music just to open up a different path. Foreign, keep the pen from growing, I'm a nuisance, you're just born. Got a mom and pops, but I move like an orphan. I been keep it coming till we head into the morning. Testing my foundation so I'm ready for the storm. Keep the pen from growing, I'm a nuisance, you're just born. Got a mom and pops, but I move like an orphan. I been keep it coming till we go into the morning. Keeping my foundation so I'm ready for the storm.
That's my super talented bro right there, man. Arwillis Bryant, man, right there with the test, man. And so, man, graduating from Columbia College, Chicago, also, man, my alma mater and everything, man. This is, of course, all about you, man, celebrating you, man. So, like, take me, man, through that whole experience, walking across the stage, man, and, you know, man, what the emotions that was going through, man. Like, you know, I saw you had to take 2 weeks, man, from social media break.
Yes. Oh man, yes. Like immediately, like walking on the stage, I was like, it's finally done. Like my biggest thing that I felt like was like school's a blessing, but it's also a crutch because I really want to be able to really push what I got, you know, when it comes to like, you know, music and like wanting to do this. So as soon as I walked that stage, I remember just this immediate relief, like it's over.
So when you say that and everything, let's build on that, man. What's some things that, you know, now that you're done with school that, man, you want to start off accomplishing and building on those things?
Number one thing I want to do is just like do more like shows and like being able to like start creating more music that is that like really just goes above and beyond. Probably even like, you know, like merging two genres together type stuff. And a big one is like, you know, really building myself in the spaces that I want to be in. So for like, you know, my main stuff like Arwillis Bryant, I want to be able to start, you know, doing more like performances and DJing and stuff. But also on my side project, I want to start, you know, building my name in the Christian hip hop space, you know, and work with people like Cray. I want to be able to go and perform at a, like, you know, like Glow Fest. Or like, you know, and you know, my number one goal for next year is to perform at Lollapalooza.
Come on, put it out there.
You know, so like, you know, I'm coming. I'm like, this is like it's not even a goal. It's a promise. You know, I'm gonna push myself to get that going.
Well, brother, man, you know how proud of you I am, man. In any way I can contribute to your movement, man. You know, I'm there for you, man, for the ride, man.
Thank you. That means so much to me.
Social media wise, man, how can they stay in tune, man? Previous work, current work, where can they go and check it out?
Yes, sir. So like all my social medias, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, like it's Arwillis Bryant, Arwillis, Arwillis, and Bryant, like my cousin Kobe. So let's get it.